So is this a good thing or a bad thing for our kids, or maybe just something to adjust to, right?
Dr. Laura Saunders from the Institute of Living is here now to talk about the social, emotional impact of the release of the mandate. How are you? Happy Wednesday, Doc.
Hello, friends, and happy Wednesday.
All right, so we did a poll here. 60% of the people are for the release of the masks and 40% are against the release of the masks. They don't think it's a good idea. What say you?
So, number one is safety and medical, right? So we have to follow the guidelines that are given to us. I can think all I want about what the psychological and social emotional impact is, but number one is safety. So if the guidelines say, based on rates of vaccination and, percentage of people testing positive, that it's safe to go maskless in school, I'm all for it, because what we know is that it has changed the social dynamics for 2 years. And I look at this on a developmental spectrum. So, someone that's in high school, they've had a lot of years of time to learn and adjust to social skills and facial expressions, but a young child has not. So I think in some ways, masking's had a greater impact on younger children in terms of what they've lost in social emotional skills.
Well, and it matters with our facial expressions. We maybe as adults don't think any big deal, but we talk about wearing a mask, like I'm smiling under here. But kids really are learning without even realizing they're learning so much by facial expressions.
Yeah, and it's so much of it's unconscious, right? You learn, how does someone look sad? How does someone look angry? How does someone look happy? Right? All those things are read in the face. It can be in the body as well, but they're read in the face. So when you're masked all the time and you can't see that, you're missing social cues. I mean, I talk to lots of elementary school teachers, and so many of them have said that kids are less socialized these days, and they're having more behavior problems. So that's not just a coincidence. I mean, that's a result of it's not just masking. And so if we can get masks off kids and have it be a safe environment, because the other thing that I like to remind people is that teachers need to be protective for themselves, and they need relationships with kids. Kids, and they want to please their teachers. So if they're disconnected and if they're masked, you can't read their facial expressions either.
I feel bad for the 5-year-olds who started school 2 years ago. They've never seen their classmates' faces, and now all of a sudden they're entering a whole new world. This is going to be an adjustment period for them.
It'll be a huge adjustment period. And again, teachers are at the front lines in this. And so I have tons of empathy for teachers. Our teachers in our schools need far more support than what they're getting. And I hope, school administrations really are being supportive to the teachers, because they're dealing with a whole new world. So in homes, as families, we've had our masks off, right? And because of improvements, kids have been able to socialize. There's activities, extracurricular activities, but school's been the last holdout because that's where kids congregate the most. And just think about lunch, right? Kids have had to eat their lunch quickly, put their mask back on. I mean, so many of these things are going to have changed the way young people interact with each other. So I'm a little bit excited to move to this next phase. It's going to take some serious adjustment, though.
Yeah, and you say, as far as what to do as parents, we think about each day hitting the reset button, but especially if you've got young adolescents or teens who are already emotional. I was having this conversation. My daughter was saying, this is going to be weird to be without a mask. There was some level of protection, of almost hiding behind it in that phase of your life where you're like, gosh, I want to hide sometimes.
Right, and that's another piece to this as well, is that it has created some barriers, especially for people, anyone with any kind of social anxiety. They've loved wearing masks, so it's going to be adjustments all around for so many people. And again, from a developmental perspective, the adjustments for elementary school versus middle school versus high school will be different, but it's really going to be a huge change for these young people.
Yeah, it's just really remarkable to see, but I think the older kids are going to have a little bit of an easier time than the younger kids. So I'm really rooting for those young kids out there.
Yeah, because they've lost more in terms of development. Mm-hmm. I think the older kids lost more in terms of their socialization and what the activities that got taken away. I mean, so many high schoolers lost all sorts of activities because of COVID, not just because of masking, but because of all the guidelines. But younger children really lost a lot in terms of the social, emotional, day-to-day kind of interaction and the learning, the unconscious learning that takes place when you have full-blown interactions, when you can, play with someone and be 2 feet from them or a foot from them, and all the socialization and all the learning that takes place in play plays a huge place for young people to learn. Unstructured play is even better.
When they say it's a good topic, the time goes by quickly. We're out of time.
We're out of time, but yeah. Thank you, Dr. Saunders.
Thank you, Dr. Saunders. Well, pleasure to see you.
I appreciate being here. Thank you and take care.